What's up, guys? It's KG, RoughToBeBuffTV. We are back for part 2, lower body stretch routine. So I'm gonna get right into it today. The first movement we're gonna take a look at is the Anteater. Now, the Anteater is basically like a stiff-legged bear crawl. Your legs are locked, you're gonna bend at the hips, basically going into a base toe touch. Now the whole idea is to open up the calves and the hamstrings, walking the hands as you walk the feet. Keep the legs locked. It's a big part of doing the Anteater properly, okay? Stiff-legged Anteater, or like a stiff-legged bear crawl. Second thing we're gonna go over today is the traveling Spider-Man. So if you guys watched the first lower body stretch video, this is basically the Spider-Man, but we're gonna add a little bit of movement now. So with the Spider-Man, you're gonna be in a base push-up position. Big step Spider-Man. Sink in the hips, little external rotation. Now watch, I'm gonna walk the hands, about 3 steps with the hands. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take a big step with the left and then go right into the next. So if we're looking at from a frontal view, push-up position, big step Spider-Man, walk the hands about 3 steps or so. 1, 2, 3, big step. 1, 2, 3, big step Spider-Man, okay? Remember, it's okay to get a little bit of external rotation here. Next movement we're looking at is a figure 4, or some people like to call this the gentleman stretch. Now the gentleman stretch, you're gonna cross over, secure the ankle. This is to get the hip and the piriformis loosened up, and then you're gonna bow forward. Nice and steady, nice and slow. Once you feel like you get a good stretch, you guys can switch legs. So if you're looking from a lateral view, you're gonna cross that foot over. It is gonna challenge your balance a little bit. Push the hips back, bow forward, get a good stretch in the hips. I'd say once you feel like you get a good stretch, you guys can switch out as you please. Remember, stretching is really based off of how you're feeling. Next movement we're going into is the happy baby. Now the happy baby is on the ground. Now from here, you're gonna lay flat on your back. You're gonna open up your hips, your head is back, you're gonna lock out those legs while grabbing your toes, heels towards your glutes. My elbows are on the insides of my knees. Lock out, and then nice good flexion in the knee here. Happy babies, okay? Now moving on. We're going to the squat to stand next. Now the squat to stand, you're going basically into an ass to grass squat. Nice and low. Your heels should be right about underneath your hips. Elbows are gonna be on the insides of your knees here. Now, what I like to do first when I start is grab the toes. Then you're gonna lock the knees out. And then hands to the floor, raise the toes, and then push up into a calf raise. Squat, elbows are pushing out, opening up their groin and the hips. And then we're gonna lock out, raise the toes, then go into a calf raise. Just to kind of give you guys a good lateral view here, same exact thing. Ass to grass squat, elbows are on the insides. Lock the knees out, raise the toes, get up into a calf raise. Last thing we're gonna do is gonna challenge our balance a little bit, which is basically a single leg touchdown. How this is gonna look, you're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna kick and catch, and you're gonna be on one foot. This is gonna challenge your balance, so I recommend finding something on the floor to focus on, about 3 or 4 feet ahead of you. Abs are checked in. You're pulling this heel towards your glute as you go into a touchdown, basically touching the grass. You can see I'm challenging my balance here a little bit. So those of you guys that need better improvements in your balance, this is a good place to start at the very, very beginning of your warm-up. A single leg touchdown, okay? It's gonna challenge your balance at first, but over time, I promise the next couple of times that you guys do it, it'll get better and better as you guys practice. So that's part 2, lower body stretch routine, RoughToBeBuffTV. I'm KG, hope you guys had a great weekend. Look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace.